Data binding by using Spring MVC supplied JSP. Spring MVC supplied JSP. These tags. Tell me, MVC supplied JSP tags support two-way bindings. Two-way binding. Two-way binding. Two-way data binding. Two-way data binding. Two-way binding means the form data will be written to model class object. The form data will be written to model class object. And model class object will be written to form components. The form data will be written to model class object and model class object data. Model class object data will be written to form components. Will be written to form components. Clear, my dear? Got the clarity? Yeah, model class object data will be written to form components. It's a two-way binding, boss. I think I already given diagram for that. What is the date, guys? 7th December 2022. Using Spring MVC JSP form tags. Yes, boss. Spring MVC supplies two JSP tag libraries. Spring MVC supplies two JSP tag libraries. Got it, my dear? Two JSP tag libraries. Supplies two JSP tag libraries. Tell me, guys. Number one, generic JSP tag library. Number two, form JSP tag library. Okay. Use general purpose tags, guys. General purpose tags. Purpose tags. Okay. Use form tags. Gives general purpose tags and gives form tags. Yeah. What are the general purpose tags, boss? Okay. Spring JSP tag library. 1 minute. Instead of that kind of fighting, what can I do? You know, I will tell. I'll get into my workspace, guys. FS NTSP 63, guys. FS NTSP 63. No, they are JSTL tags. Chinna, if you don't know, keep quiet. JSTL tags are different. Spring supply tags are different. Okay, please don't stop showing your half knowledge in front of me. Okay, right. Here or observe one thing. Right. Java resources, guys. com.nt. No, first go to JSPs. Main, web app, webinf, pages, student underscore form, guys. At the rate tag lib, guys. URI is equal to tags. Yeah, I will tell what are the tags. Prefix is equal to yes. Prefix is equal to yes. So these are the various tags now, boss. These are multi-purpose tags, various multi-purpose tags. These are various multi-purpose tags. Super. These are the various tags. Generic tag library tags. Next one, we have another thing called form tag library tags members. Form boss. Here is the form. F-O-R. Form. What are the tags we are having? What are the tags we are having? Form colon. We have a lot of tags. These are related to forms. These are related to forms. Super, guys. Now listen. Every JSP tag library is identified with its tag lib URI. With its tag lib URI. With its tag lib URI fixed, guys. So, tell me. Springs, tell me. Generic tag library. Generic tag library URI is Spring's generic tag library URI is this one up to this. Array, how website is identified with its URI, na? Same thing. Springs, what is this? Form tag library URI. Same paste. Springs form tag library URI. Springs tag form tag library URI is this. Super. Here form is the word. Now listen. To use JSP tag library tags. JSP tag library tags in our JSP pages. In our JSP pages, we need to do following things. We need to do following things. Number one, Place relevant to jar file. Place relevant to jar file to the class path. To the class path or build path, and also in webinf/libform. Webinf/libform. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Place relevant to jar files, guys. Place relevant to jar files. Next. Okay. Next one is what, boss? Import JSP tag library. Import JSP tag library in JSP page using @ tag lib tag. Tag lib tag, boss. Tag lib tag. Tag lib directive tag. Tag lib directive tag. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Tag lib direct. Here is my A, guys. Here is B. webinf/lib folder, class path or build path. Okay, guys. Yeah, here is the example. How to use the syntax, guys? What is the syntax? In .jsp file, was where in .jsp file. Yeah. Tell me here what is this? @tag lib. @tag lib URI is equal to ... Prefix is equal to ... URI is equal to ... Prefix is equal to ... Clear, my dear? URI is equal to ... Prefix is equal to ... Yeah. This is fixed, guys. This is programmer choice. Programmer choice. Programmer choice. Programmer choice. @tag lib URI fixed one, prefix is equal to programmer choice. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Come on, are you with me? Super. Now listen. Procedure to design. Okay. Form page of Spring MVC, Spring Web MVC application using Spring supplied JSP tags. Spring supplied JSP tags. Spring supplied JSP tags. Got it, boss? Step number 1. Make sure that the jar files of jar files of JSP tag library is added. And already we have added Rabam. Spring web version dot jar. Spring web version dot jar. Step number 2. What is there, guys? Step number 2. Yeah, step number 2. Import import JSP tag library in JSP page by specifying its tag lib URL. By specifying its what? Tag lib URL. Getting my point there, guys? Okay, now tell me what happened. What is that? Spring MVC form tag library. By specifying its tag lib URL. Got it? Student underscore form dot JS. Student underscore form dot JSP. Yes. Here is the paste. Student underscore student underscore form dot JS. Okay, this is not right, guys. This is regular form tags. Still, I need to correct it. Yeah, only form tag. Hey, prefix is anything, boss. Why prefix is your choice, Rama? Very simple reason, Rama. If two tags of two different tag libraries are having same name, if two tags of two different JSP tag libraries are same name, they can be differentiated. They can be differentiated using this prefix or not. They can be differentiated using this prefix or not. Otherwise, ambiguity may come na. Two tags are having same name. If you are trying to use the tags without prefix, so ambiguity problem may come na. That's why. Right. We have a form tag, guys. Prefix is form colon form. Right. Yeah. Action is equal to student. Method is equal to post, guys. Here, model attribute. Why model attribute should be specified? Tell me. Why the model attribute should be specified? Tell me. Array, when form is launched, which model attribute value should be displayed? Which model attribute value should be displayed in the form components as initial value? That is one form launching. When form is submitted, which form component values should be stored into model class object? Which form component value should be stored into model class object? Right, boss? Super. Yeah. Are you understanding? Array, when form is launched to display model attribute values, come on. When form is launched to display model attribute values, this is required. Alexa, to display model attribute values, this is required. When form is submitted, okay, to display form, to bind form component values to bind form component values to whom, guys? Model class object also this is required or not required? Definitely this is required, boss. Come on, are you understanding? Two-way binding. Two-way binding means definitely it is required. No second thought in that. Super. Come on. Suppose I have given stud. Model attribute name is stud. Sir, why red mark? Array, close it now, boss. Form colon form. Hey, this form is not fixed, right? Any prefix you can take. Student number. Here we have form colon input tag is there. Form colon input tag is there. There we have got form colon input tag is there. Input type is equal to form colon input. Path is equal to, by default text box only will come. Path is equal to, you should be matched with which array? 1 minute. Let's not disturb this one, guys. We are modifying previous one. Let's not disturb anything. Let's take a fresh copy of application, guys. Let's take a fresh copy of application, guys. Fresh copy of application. Copy this, my dear. Copy, paste. Yeah. MVC pros 05. Not able to see anything. Power issue it seems. Okay. Guys, give me 2 minutes time. Here, no power. Guys, everyone, please come back. 05. Data binding using what is this? Spring MVC JSP tags. Spring MVC JSP tags, boss. Data binding using Spring MVC JSP tags. When you copy paste the project, change the settings, boss. 05 using Spring MVC tags. Spring MVC tags. Cool. Apply. Okay. Apply. Are you understanding my statement? Java resources. Controller. Student operations control. Here is my student. Yeah. Let's come to this one, guys. SRC, main, web app, WebINF, pages, student underscore form.jsp. Close remaining everything else. Yeah, this is taken, boss. What is the tag? Form colon form. Action is equal to student, method is equal to this. What is the model attribute? Stud. Model attribute stud. Close form colon form. Close form colon form. Tell me here. Form colon input Name is not name, right? Here attribute is path. This path should match with what, guys? Model class attribute name. Okay, strictly typed Rabab. Yes, boss. Now let's have a look, guys. Same thing here. Yes, name. Super. Tell me here. Same thing here. SADD. Super. Same thing here. What is there? Average. Same thing here. Average. Are for submit button, no tag ra babu. For submit button, no tag ra babu. That's what. Super. Now tell me here. This is the form designing we have done. Copy this, my dear. This is the form designing that we have. Say paste. Say paste, guys. Student underscore form.js. Form here. This is there. Student guys, post guys, start guys. Here is my SNO, here is my SNAME, here is my SADD, here is my address. Okay. Now listen. Step number 2. Step number 2. Okay. Now listen, guys. While launching the form page, stud model attribute model class object data should be displayed in the text boxes as initial values. When you click on submit button, stud model attribute based model class object form data should be stored. So, but who is responsible to launch the form page? Who is responsible for launching form page, guys? One handler method, right? This handler method. Is it having any model attribute, guys? Array guys, respond boss, my dear, respond boss. Is it having any model attribute, my dear? No. When it is not having model attribute, how does it can read the data from model class object? How does it can display model class property values as initial values, boss? Impossible or not? Super. So that's why here you create model attribute. Model attribute stud guys, student test. Student test. Hey, there's no need of taking binding aware model attribute. This one, model class object, Rababu. Model class object. Tell me now what happens. Here form submission is not there, form launch is there. So this will be empty model class object, boss. When you create empty model class object, what are the initial values we are having? Hyderabad is there. Here, if default average, I am trying to put 0.0f. I am trying to put 0.0f. This Hyderabad at 0.0f will be displayed in the text boxes as initial values when form is launched, because this and this matching the boss. Okay. When form is submitted, whatever new values I typed, they will come and go into store into this one, the boss. So that means here separate model class object is created. Okay, whose initial values will be displayed as form component initial values when form is launched. When form is submitted, another model class object is created. Form data will be stored here. Form data will be stored here. Check it out. Okay. Model class object data. Yes. System.out.println. Model class object data. Right. Come on. Array, here separate object, here separate object. Here separate object, here separate object. This name should match. This name should match here. Okay, here you can take a different name. Here you can take a different name. You don't want Stada, you want to take ST, take it. You want to take ST, you can take it, not a problem. Is that clear, guys? When you take ST, in the result page also, you have to use the same thing. In the result page, we have to use the same ST dot. Okay. Now let's have a look, guys. Okay, first let me paste this code. What should be the second step? Improvise the handler method in controller class using which the form will be launched. Using which the form will be launched. Are you understanding my statement? Improvise the handler method in controller class using which the form will be launched. Okay. Super boss. Copy this, my dear. Paste it. Yes, boss. Yeah, this is the improvisation. Right. Model class object will be created with the initial values. And these initial values will be shown as the initial values of the form components. Initial values of the form components. Varnavas, yeah, this one. This is model attribute name must match with okay form launching handler method model attribute name. Model attribute. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Hey, let me prove that. Okay. Sir, Jagadish, when form data is not there, so then also object will be created without form data. That time model class object will have initial values, right? Come on, my dear. It is not request dot set attribute, my dear. Okay, model class object dot set SNO dot request dot get parameter. Come on, Jagadish Chinna, your knowledge is very off knowledge, ra babu. Minimum knowledge, ra. You are going in a wrong track. You are trying to show your talent, but waste. All are wrong. All going wrong. And if form data comes in the request object and that will be read by using request dot get parameter or not. Come on. Super. Super. Model class object will be with initial values. See the practicals, guys. Run the application. Have a look, guys. Run the application. Right click, run on server, say next, remove all, finish. Okay. Register student. See, guys, SNO default value 0. 0 is display here. Hyderabad initial value is Hyderabad. Address initial value Hyderabad. Coming na boss? Okay. Average the initial value is what? 0.0. That is coming. Now it is one-way binding. See, whatever data is there, that only coming. Whatever, see, along with this request, when I give get mode request guys to launch the form page, any form data is coming, not coming. But empty object is created. Whatever initial values are there in the model object, they are populated as initial values or not. This kind of initial values population is possible by using. Do you think it is possible by using? Come on. Is it really possible by using traditional HTML tags, boss? Say something, my dear. If you don't respond, I cannot go further. Okay. 101. Dev Rakesh. Hyderabad. Here is what? Vizag. Average is 78.99. Click on register. Displayed or not displayed? Displayed or not displayed? Are you understanding my statement? Come on. It's coming or not coming? Okay. Now let me give the feeling. Separate objects are created. One for form launching. One for form launching. One for this. Sys out. Student 0 param constructor. Zero param constructor. Student 0 param constructor. Super boss. Let's see, boss. Right. Where is that? MVC pros, MVC tax boss, run on server, say next, say finish. Check, let's check. Form pay. When form is launched, model class object data is coming as initial values here. So when I fill up the form with the new values, name, Rajesh, address Hyderabad, average 56.78. Come on. Okay. Y0 na. You only think was Y0 is showing for SNO when form is launched. Array, you give 0, you don't give 0. Default value of it is what? 0 na. No, sir, I don't want to see that. Then what should I do? Prefer wrapper data types. When you keep wrapper data types, they hold null. Null means empty text boxes will come. Null means empty text boxes will come. Really now, sir? Yeah, that's why wrapper data types are recommended, not the simple data types. Here also it is. Yeah. Same situation. No default value is given. Check it out. Run as run on server, say next. Okay, remove all. Oh, sorry, it's my mistake. Run on server, say next, say finish. This time you observe any value is coming. SName also no value coming. Because by default, SNO, SName holds what? Null. When null means empty text boxes will be shown. Null means empty text boxes will be shown, Rama. Null means empty text boxes will be shown. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. Null means regular text boxes will be shown above. Comfortable, my dear? Got it? Right, boss. This is the application. Here is my pom.xml, guys. That. Remaining all are regular. All are regular. All are regular. Yeah. Now, very popular interview question. What is the difference between traditional HTML form tags, HTML form tags, and Spring MVC form tags? Traditional HTML form tags and Spring MVC form tags. Say something, my dear. Traditional HTML form tags and Spring MVC form tags. Super, boss. Tell me here. Now, I'll show one thing, boss. I don't give post. I don't give post. Okay. You run the application, and the default post will be taken. Check it out. You know, post is given, default post is taken, right? In Spring MVC tags, the default request mode is post. In traditional one, default request mode is what? Get. The default request mode is what? Get. Got it? Number one. Given by W3C company. W3C company. Given by W3C company. Given by Spring Framework. Given by Spring Framework. Next, number two. Given by Spring Framework, guys. Next one. Supports only one-way binding. Supports two-way binding. Two-way binding. Supports one-way binding, supports two-way binding, right? Yeah. The default request mode for the form generated request is get. Next, the default request mode for the form generated request is post. Form generated request is post. Next, can be used in any technology based web application development. Web application development. Yes, na boss. Next, can be used only in Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC applications can be used only in Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC applications. Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC applications. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Super, guys. Yeah. Number 5 was. Tell me what is number 5? Number 5. These tags are not strictly typed. An open tag need not have closing tag, attributes need not to have double quotes, whatever you want. HTML is like mother na boss. You do mistakes. Okay. You do mistake, it will ignore. It's like mother, right? Whatever good it will take, whatever bad it will ignore. No errors, no errors. In HTML, no errors, right? Yeah, that's a good part of our mother also. How much you grow, how much you grow, how many kids you have on your own. But still, for mother, you are a kid. Any mistake you do, she will try to forgive you. She will try to ignore that. She takes only good part of yours, not the bad part. These are not strictly typed tags. These are not strictly typed tags, boss. Okay. These tags are strictly typed. Should be there, means should be there. These are HTML tags. These are HTML tags. That's why not strictly typed. These are JSP tags, Babu. These JSP tags are strictly typed. Here, tags and attributes are not case sensitive. We can write tags and attributes in lower case, upper case, mixed case, right? Case sensitive. Here, tags and attributes are case sensitive. Are you understanding my statement, boss? I hope you got the clarity. Which are recommended to use in Spring application? Which are recommended to use in Spring application? Okay, boss. Now listen carefully. One important. Form is launched using this. What is the request path? Student. Suppose in this form I have not taken action attribute. Actually, postboard request method action path is also student. But I'm not going to take action attribute. Is it going to get any problem? Are we going to get any problem? No problem at all. What do you know? When you take form tag without action attribute, when you take anchor tag without href attribute, come on. Okay. Using which listen. Using which path the form page and hyperlink are launched, boss? Using which path the form page or hyperlink is launched, they will be submitted to the same. Okay, path. When form is submitted, and also when hyperlink is clicked. This is the beautiful feature, boss. Generally, we ignore this feature while learning servlets. Okay, now you observe, I wantedly removed path here, action attribute here. Super, boss. But am I going to get any disturbance in the coding, guys? I will close everything. Let's run the application. Run as server. Save okay. Save. Register student. See guys, view source. Did I give request action attribute, but still action is coming now? Coming or not coming? Why it is coming? That is the nature of any form tag. Using which request path the form is launched, same request path will be taken as action attribute value. Luckily, when a form is submitted, I want to process that request by using handler method, whose request path is student and ready to take post mode request. Here post is coming by default. Request path is student. So we have a post mapping method to process the form submission, boss. To process the form submission, boss. Come on. Suppose here I have taken stud action path as the stud. Now have a look now. Run on server, Tomcat 9, finish. Register student. Register student. What is the error, guys? Requested method get is not supported. Requested one get is not supported. Why? Array in welcome file, request path is gone wrong now was. In welcome.jsp, here student is taken. Here also I should take stat now was. Here also I should take stat. Have a look now. Run on server. Say next. Say finish. It's coming. But you observe view source. What is coming? Stud is coming. What is coming? Stud is coming. Now, when you click on submit button, definitely error will come. Why? A post mapping request is post mode request is looking for what, guys? Student. Do you have a student? Do you have a student with post mapping request having request path stud? Not there. So we have a student is there. That's why error will be generated here or not. That's why the error will be generated here or not. I want reply, boss. Yeah. No, this is only for knowledge sake, I'm sure. This is only for knowledge sake, I'm sure. This is only for knowledge sake. What is the point I want to give overall? What is the point I want to give overall? Yeah, the point I would like to give is that is not a problem, na boss. That is not a problem. That's actually shortcut. If we have same student and here in the form page, there is no need of mentioning what action attribute. That is advantage. That is not a disadvantage, Rababu. Okay. If form page is taken without action attribute, if form page is taken without action attribute, okay, without action attribute, then okay, then the request path using which the form page is launched. The request path using which the form page is launched. The same request path will become default action path. Same request path will become default action attribute, action path in the form tag. In the form tag. Same is applicable for what guys? href attribute of anchor. Same is applicable for href attribute of anchor. href attribute of anchor. Convinced, my dear? Convinced, my dear? That's not a problem. That's an advantage. In fact, that's an advantage. Why I'm telling? See, why I'm telling this, by mistake somewhere if you have taken, form tag without action attribute, anchor tag without href attribute. So that time, don't be panic. Don't be panic. They're wantedly doing it. They're intelligently doing it. Got it, guys? So tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start mini project development. Be mentally prepared to see a bigger application. Mini project. Once mini project is over, we can say Spring ABC is over. Then we have, two more modules left, guys. One is Spring Security. Other one is what? Spring OR. These two things we will discuss. I think mostly this month 25th. This month 2025th, we mentally prepare. Thank you, guys.